My question is about the misinformation, particularly the notion that they are moving money to migrants, you say undocumented migrants, which FEMA says flatly is not true. And if people are not getting correct information, then they can't go for assistance as they have been asked for. I just want to quickly play with Senator Tom Tillis.
Let me just say for 1 second.
Go ahead.
You have migrants being housed in luxury hotels in New York City. We have paid so much money from our tax dollars into the crisis that didn't need to happen. We could redirect money to help people immediately on the ground in North Carolina or in Florida, where we're probably going to have a situation coming up in the next several days.
That's a separate tranche of money. That's a separate tranche of money. I want you to listen to. I want you to.
This migrant crisis hasn't been a disaster for every American. It is a big problem,
but that has nothing to do with the people in your home state right now.
With more on this, this just happening, these firings. What more can you share?
Hey, Marty. Yeah, just in the last hour, News Nation confirmed the Department of Homeland Security fired 4 employees, including the chief financial officer of FEMA for payments made to New York luxury hotels that housed migrants. We want to show you some of the statement that was obtained by News Nation. This is from the Department of Homeland Security, and it says in part, quote, effective immediately, FEMA is terminating the employment of 4 individuals for circumventing leadership to unilaterally make egregious payments for luxury New York City hotels for migrants. And adding, quote, DHS will not sit idly and allow deep state activists to undermine the will and safety of the American people. This comes as President Donald Trump has really been critical of FEMA, even calling out the agency and saying it should be terminated. In a post to Truth Social in just the last hour, in fact, the president wrote, quote, the Biden-run FEMA has been a disaster. FEMA should be terminated. It has been slow and totally ineffective. Individual states should handle storms as they come. Big savings, far more efficient. Aside from
oh man. So does this mean that the media has been lying to us, as we've said?
We've been noticed.
But they can't lie on TV. That's illegal. They said that's a crazy conspiracy theory. MAGA's crazy for believing that.
Should they be able to sue them for this now?
Looks like somebody's getting in trouble for this. Somebody got fired. Somebody should be sued. Millions. They sued Fox. They sued Fox a few years ago for saying misinformation. So is CNN liable to be sued? Because I know they're suing CBS.
Yeah.
Who is that other one that got sued? MSNBC?
Yeah.
With Stephanopoulos?
This is so crazy, bro, to really think about this. Like, they really didn't have money for Maui, North Carolina, and, well, we can probably throw California and Florida.
That's 4 states right there.
Yeah, bro.
And the funny thing is, bro, so I'm thinking the motive. Why would they do this? Why would they want to put them in luxury hotels? Why would they want to spend extra money on them? Because it spreads the word. If you're an illegal immigrant, you come over and you're in a luxury hotel in America and they give you a pass right in, you're going to go and tell someone back home and they're going to come too.
Wow.
Like, man, we got deals over here. That's an incentive to get more people. To me, that's the motive. Because why else would you want to just waste money?
I didn't even think of that, actually. The way you just pieced that together, that's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
It doesn't make sense any other way because, like, everybody wants money. So what benefit do you have for giving them this? Wasting money. And that's just a spitball idea, man.
It's crazy to me that they said that this was some crazy conspiracy theory and you were xenophobic for saying it. And now it comes out to be true. It's crazy to me the way the media keeps calling things conspiracy theories and calling things false. And then it's always proven to be true. It's crazy.
True social.
What times are we living in?
To push back against Elon Musk, unconstitutional and unlawful. Are you ready to protect and respect the right to collectively bargain? What an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you. Let me first just thank President Kelly, so appreciative of his leadership and his partnership, his strength, and his resilience for such a time as this. After he finished his remarks, I was tempted to get up here and say, let the church say amen. Because he's brought a word on today. We are standing in solidarity with each and every one of you during this incredibly fragile time. I wanted to make sure I crossed the street to make it clear that the attack on you, the attack on the civil service is unacceptable unconscionable, un-American, and we are going to stand with you until each and every one of those unlawful executive orders are fully and completely reversed, buried in the ground, never to rise again.
I just want to know, like, what do they think they're doing with these protests? It's all symbolism.
It is.
He's already come out and said we have no leverage, we have no power. So now they're just out there just making a ruckus to create the illusion of civil unrest and people being upset. But the data and the facts say otherwise. So
I think that they waited just in case something do happen. They already had a platform already based.
They're campaigning. They're campaigning for the next election. They're constantly campaigning.
This is how they show their voters and constituents that they haven't given up. But in reality, this is effectively accomplishing nothing. You just wasted all these people time to go out there and hoot and holler, take your ass back home to sit in defeat. They know they lost. They know they've lost.
So they're trying to get the executive orders reversed.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, especially with the Republicans controlling the Senate, the House, and the government.
And with all the facts that are coming out, like they did pay for the luxury hotels and things like that, they just have no leverage.
Yeah, they're just digging themselves in a hole. Like, you guys are literally just hooting and hollering for nothing.
I wonder all the people that did all this corruption gonna get, prosecuted.
Well, they got fired. A couple of them getting fired, but I mean, we'll see.
I think that's just the start. Because if their plan is to investigate all the unlawfulness and all the conspiracies that we've been hearing about this whole campaign cycle and we've been gaslighted about, I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. We watched the video earlier. They said they finna go get people in the FBI for leaking ice raids.
That was
They said they got corruption and snitches in the ice.
Yeah,
I mean FBI. So I'm
I already know they do.
We already know the prosecutions and firings. Oh, it's just getting started.
Fox News Alert moments ago, we received this together. We received a statement from the DHS regarding the $59 million sent from FEMA to New York City migrants last week. Quote, 4 employees being fired today for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the egregious payment for hotels for migrants in New York City. We have not announced it yet. So we have it first.
Wow, that's so sad.
There's going to be
bro.
firings.
Really
The names are going to be out.
bro.
And let's bring in New York Congressman Mike Lawler. Congressman, your thought about that move?
Well, it's long overdue, frankly. These funds have been misappropriated going back to the Biden administration. And New York City, a sanctuary city, has been wasting billions of dollars of taxpayer money, billions with a B, to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants, including criminal aliens that are here illegally. And so, I applaud, frankly, DHS for taking action to stop these payments under President Trump's leadership, because we have incentivized cities like New York and states like New York, a sanctuary state, to allow this to continue, and it has to stop.
Look, it cost New York, and it's a little selfish of us, billions of dollars because the water was wide open for 4 years. And the mayor that spoke up got exiled in the Democratic Party. Ironically, he's about to be, I guess, in a way, pardoned or protected by this president, who sees a lot of the targeting of Mayor Eric Adams as the same thing that happened to him.
No question. Eric Adams spoke out against what the Biden administration was doing. He said that the migrant crisis was, quote unquote, destroying New York City. Kathy Hochul authorized billions of dollars of state taxpayer money to pay for all these expenditures. Meanwhile, she's fleecing hardworking New Yorkers $2,500 just for the privilege of driving to work.
Wow.
It really just speaks volumes to how inept, incompetent, and corrupt New York has become under feckless leadership.
Right.
We have to stop this massive influx at the border, which is what President Trump is doing. But we have to stop incentivizing states and cities like New York by spending billions, and in this case from FEMA, $59 million to support their efforts to circumvent federal law. That's really what this boils down to. States like New York are circumventing federal law, allowing illegal immigrants to get benefits and access to taxpayer money.
All right, so let's talk about
Why
something
they
else
show that?
that's
I
just
don't know,
bizarre
bro.
that
Maybe
is
he's like trying
happening
to
in
tuck the blanket
New
over
York
somebody.
Top court set to
Yeah, that's what it
consider
looks like. That's
what it looks like.
non-citizen voting in New York City elections today. Get this. Non-citizens, you don't belong here, you're not registered, blowing off court appearance, doesn't matter. That would add 800,000 non-citizen voters. Why is this even a discussion?
Whoa.
Why is this a
It
discussion?
shouldn't be. New York Republicans fought back against this effort several years ago. We were victorious
in
in the
court.
lower court and the appellate division, and now it goes to the
real
Court of
corrupt,
Appeals.
bro.
Oh, it's at
Unfortunately,
the Court of
I'm a
Appeals.
little bit concerned because the New York Court of Appeals has been corrupted by Kathy Hochul and New York Democrats. This is why they tried to gerrymander our maps again last year. They added people who are way too progressive for the court to try and move the court in a different direction. I am concerned, certainly, that the Court of Appeals will make a political decision and not follow the Constitution. It is very clear. Non-citizens do not have the right to vote in our elections, period. There's a reason New York is a sanctuary state and city, though. And the reason is they want illegal immigrants counted as part of the census. That gives them more congressional seats and it gives them more electoral votes. That's what this all boils down to. They want them to be able to vote in our elections. I fundamentally believe that it is wrong. It violates both the U.S. and New York State constitutions and needs to be prohibited. And if the court had any courage or any conviction at all, it will reject this outright today.
Please.
You would think, because they want to loosen up that. Next thing you know, non-citizens voting in general elections. They'll figure out a way to do that. You know what I think it is? Republicans getting very close in New York to winning a lot of traditional Democratic seats, maybe even the governor's mansion. And they got to start letting everybody know that we're going to have to maybe bend the rules a little to stay in power. Mike Lawler, thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.
Shoot, bruh.
I'm going to keep
Who explained that to us that time? Was that Vivek?
Explain what?
that because they
With
keep
the
adding,
census?
Yeah, with the illegals.
Was that Vivek? Who was
So
somebody
they get more
explained that? Or
house.
either we reacted to it. Something. But I remember when we found that out about the
Illegals in
House
these
seats,
states.
the House
That was
representatives.
Joe Rogan and Fetterman.
But I think we had heard it before then, bruh. We've heard it multiple times. Anyways, all I know is this all is like when you see something, you know, it's like you can't see something. And everybody's like, look, you can't see it. But then you finally see it and now you can't unsee it. That's how it is now with this corruption. Cause like, think about it. So we know they're trying to get more House seats. So they want more population because the census counts and that affects the House seats. Okay. So they want illegal immigrants in. Okay. And it makes Trump look bad the more there are in multiple ways with how many he deports and what they cause. So they were literally knowing that Trump had a chance and they incentivized them to come by putting them in luxury hotels, $59 million. That's corruption on the highest level.
And they was finna let them vote. It's insane.
That's the whole goal of everything.
FEMA is disaster relief money, and we had multiple disasters in our country where American people weren't put first. See, Florida, you don't really hear about their relief efforts because they under different leadership. They got proper leadership.
Yeah, they do.
These other states, North Carolina, left out to dry. Hawaii left out to dry. California left out to dry. That's
People
effed
really
up.
forgot about Hawaii. I was thinking about a lot.
But that was swept under the rug so fast.
Yeah, Maui was.
We talked about that for like a week and a half. Then it was over with.
It was over with. Something else came. Diddy, I think.
Nah, that wasn't that. Nah.
It was something else.
I think it was, but Diddy been
so much
for a while,
stuff.
bro.
So much stuff going on.
Diddy wasn't close to Hawaii.
It's probably the
Epstein list.
It's probably
They ain't even released that yet.
It's
Man,
probably
they was talking
one of the
about it, though.
Republican debates. Probably that was.
Yeah, man, that was a long time ago. That was way before Diddy.
Yeah, man,
but
this is corruption.
facts.
I'm glad Trump in office and trying to get rid of this.
Imagine
man.
if Kamala, we wouldn't even be hearing about this, bro.
Oh nah.
Oh.
They would be continually doing this under Kamala.
What will happen if she was in office?
I don't even want to think about that. We got lucky. We dodged a serious bullet, and
Actually, though.
hopefully that this new administration can continue to keep their promises and get us back on track as a nation. And I saw where Elon and Doge said they finna do something to recoup that money spent. They're finna get that money back.
We finna get
So,
that.
see
Yeah,
what
man.
Who
happens.
they getting that back from?
America, we up.
No, they got a plan.
The hotels. Come on, hey, we need. That's what I said. The
Somebody
hotel-
will have to pay. People gonna get sued.
Yeah,
The
facts.
hotels. Come give me that.
Let us know what y'all think, man. We out.